Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson channeling the man in the moon. So, some of you may have noticed a few days ago, I put out a video on Ukraine. I was very concerned about what was going to take place in Ukraine, and I did see some kind of a chemical attack. I didn't really feel that it was very productive to leave it up because it was pretty upsetting. I was very upset when I did it, and I'm not entirely sure that that didn't affect what was going on and my judgment here. It may be that there is going to be greater problems in Ukraine, such as I've described. But again, how helpful is that? And it brings up a big philosophical question. To what degree is it helpful to tell people about the future? With Donald Trump, the Republican Party, I think it is very helpful because we can change that. With Putin, maybe not. Now, there could be a bunch of things going on here. Perhaps the video was just made for a few people on this planet who could actually make a difference. That was the window of time that it needed to be up, and that was the end of that, and everything has changed. It could be that I'm completely off. It is notable that I sent a message to a bunch of our favorite readers. Many of them responded, although some haven't yet, they may. But those who do responded, I want to say thank you to them. And they are Jen Bushman, Kim at Intuitive View, Linda G, Lena, Kirsten, Whimsy, and Debbie Freebird Spirit. You can also see Debbie Freebird Spirit and Linda G talking about this a little bit, and Sheila and I talking a little bit about this on her show. It's important to note that most of those people did not see what I saw. Some people saw something similar or something like it as well. So it's pretty inconclusive whether this is going to happen or not. Linda G graciously pointed out that I might just be seeing what Putin wants to do, not what he will do. That is all a possibility. But it is important to note that sometimes readers are wrong. I might be wrong. And the future does change. So maybe it all changed and we don't know what happened. I would just ask now that you do send your love to the people of Ukraine and the people in the region who are being affected, because it's not only Ukrainians. Send your love to the soldiers and to the people of Russia who didn't necessarily choose Putin. And spend a moment to do this now and see if your love can expand to everyone throughout this planet, because that is what is needed right now and what will change things. So, having said all of that, I'm going to take a look at the present situation in the American government. I want to know about Kevin McCarthy and what's going on with him. Again, this is something I think we can change because we do have the power of the vote. So the real question is, how much trouble is Kevin McCarthy in? I'm seeing him burning the documents. It's now become clear that he burned a lot of documents, so much so that his wife complained that his suits all smelled of fire. So, Spirit, is this going to get him in trouble? Get destruction of evidence. There is a judge there. The judge looks African American, and he's looming really large over McCarthy. He's pointing his finger at McCarthy. McCarthy looks quite sheepish. So is Kevin McCarthy going to go to jail for that? Kevin McCarthy looks pretty defeated, and I do see him in jail. He gets out of jail, but he looks really ashamed, like a ruined person. So I kind of feel like he won't go to jail. I feel like he will be ruined. The threat of jail will be serious enough for him to perhaps speak the truth. It's almost like he chooses to leave his post rather than face the consequences of what he has done. So will he speak out against Trump and tell the truth? Kevin McCarthy, to some degree, already has. He has already turned on Trump just to save his own skin. One of the things that's going on right now with this whole shutdown and stuff is that the right flank of the Republican Party knows that Kevin spoke out against Trump, and this is their punishment. Kevin, what else you doing? Yeah, this is the real undoing of Kevin McCarthy. He's sucked up to the right flank for so long. He's tolerated and really helped Trump to in his attempt to take over. And now, in order to save himself, he's got to turn on those guys. Yeah, there's this letter, and he's licking the letter and then giving it to Jack Smith. He has already told a lot of information in exchange for some kind of immunity. But he won't last long. I keep getting this. He won't last long in his post. And this is good news for the Democrats. It's the Republican Party is now attacking each other. It is completely divided. You either live in this sort of suspended animation or you tell the truth. There's no middle ground anymore. You can't be a Kevin McCarthy talking outside both sides of your mouth. And I keep seeing Trump just exploding in total red-faced anger about McCarthy. And lots of people are watching this and they're wondering, that could be me next. I'm the next Kevin McCarthy. And, maybe I'm afraid of Trump, but I certainly don't respect him as a democracy leader. He's not a real leader. He's just someone to be feared. Anything else on Kevin? Yeah, Kevin puts his cards on the table and he shows a tarot card. It's not a real tarot card, it's not familiar, but it has a character on it of shame. It just looks very much like shame. And also a man put out to pasture. He's on his own from here on in. It will actually be somewhat dangerous for him once he's no longer in political power, because there are people out there who really hate him once he sells Trump out. This is an example to everyone who supported Trump. This is what becomes of those who tacitly support Trump. This is where they wind up. And that is in a sort of political and social suicide. Yeah, Kevin McCarthy will die without much note. Not many people will think anything of him. And it's really ironic. He really wanted to be that famous politician person. He really wanted the prestige. And now he will die where very few people will remember him as anything but a toady or a sellout. He's just mm, he's just very much a nothing person. This is what you do. This is what happens when you sell out the United States. Thanks so much for watching.